Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. We're going to be reading at least the first half of our last chapter, which is chapter 9 in Kundalini Energy Awakening, written by Melissa Gomes. And chapter 9, we're going to be talking about spiritual gifts. So the projection of psychic gifts that you can experience upon having a Kundalini awakening and, of course, opening your chakras. So let's go ahead. And this is one of a longer chapter. So I am trying to read, I'll try to read all of it, but we're probably just going to read the first half. We'll kind of see where we are about halfway through time-wise. All right. Kundalini assists people in traveling to higher planes of consciousness and achieving psychic gifts. As your Kundalini awakens, you start developing or reawakening abilities that can enable you to do dormant things. But we need to look closely at what that means. For generations, people have been taught about harnessing their power to get ahead in life and make money. This is the top-down system that we live in, and it has been around ever since we got off the boat and started building societies on the seashore and in woodlands. However, many people are now starting to question this belief system because they are forced to work so hard to get back so little. This is reminiscent of what artists experienced in the Middle Ages, when painters did the artwork for the church in exchange for food and shelter. This killed the creativity of artists because doing art was secondary to survival. Society has suppressed awakened souls for eons, and now is the time for people to rise up and reclaim their souls. The elite few have worked hard to convince people that we are machines that don't make smart choices every day of our lives. But the truth is exactly the opposite. We are infinitely intelligent beings capable of changing the world with the power of the mind. This is what awakening Kundalini is all about. The descent of Kundalini is the descent into your soul. We are taught from a young age to disregard our souls and forget who we are. That's why we don't use the intelligence of the soul to create lives the way we should. Instead, we create our lives based on what others think we should be like. The soul wants to ascend into its higher self and do great things, but the mind keeps putting it down, or more specifically, the ego. Instead, it wants us to march into the rat race every week and slave away for low pay and low quality food. The mind takes us away from the higher planes of consciousness and puts us in the lowest energy frequency possible, making us feel trapped and suffering throughout the majority of our lives. As you open yourself to your spiritual power, you can develop intuition and psychic abilities. But be aware that tools such as tarot cards and other things of energy like this are only useful to a point, and you need your connection and connection to your higher self to use these tools effectively. Kundalini energy, just like electricity, is energy. If you tap into your inner energy system, you can access your other gifts to channel energy into your body. Our nervous systems can maintain associative memory patterns because they learn through repetition, but we need to input new patterns. The mind needs us to develop our intuition and channel our energy into our bodies to rewire itself and become a new mind pattern that serves us rather than works against us. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's called astral projection. We're going to go over a number of gifts and abilities. A lot of you may have experienced these things as children or even as adults, not realizing what they were. So let's find out and see what's possible for us. Astral projection. Astral travel is a person's conscious travel to another dimension using a body-mind connection. We are all capable of astral projecting, because our thinking patterns have astral memories that uniquely influences our experience. Your everyday world and your astral world interconnect. You travel through your etheric body into your astral body in the dimension above your body, and then project your astral body into another dimension to travel through different time zones. One of the reasons people want to astral travel is because they want a break from their reality to experience something epic. But many problems come with this practice, and it's recommended that you practice astral projection under the supervision of an expert until you know what you are doing. People astral project in different ways. Some people simply travel to different time zones and experience things from other dimensions when awake, while others astral project while sleeping. Our minds can dream while we're awake and dream while we're asleep, but a lot of what is learned or experienced is blocked by what is known as the third eye. We have an etheric body, an astral body, and a physical body, all connected by a root of energy known as Kundalini. Our bodies need to work together effectively for us to control our dreams. And it's through our physical bodies that we learn how to control our dreams and then learn how to control them in astral spaces. Astral travel can be used by practicing yogis to expand their awareness to other dimensions. They do this by learning how to douse their physical body in a photon field that expands their mind to other vehicles of consciousness while maintaining their physical bodies. When people first start practicing astral projection, they will likely have frightening experiences. But scares and bad dreams are a good way to open our hearts to new possibilities in a transformational way. It's important to keep in mind what astral projection involves. We are spirits in a human body with a web of connections to the earth, the cosmos, and other minds from other dimensions. People can learn to feel safe after a time and start exploring things leisurely with the knowledge that they are back home when they wake up. Astral travel is when a person consciously leaves their body and travels through dimensions and other universes, like in the movies or on television. Both good and evil beings use astral travel. Those who have become adept practitioners of astral projection, such as the angels, can learn to access other dimensional planes and traverse the universes. People can also use astral projection to project their consciousness to other bodies and control bodies that belong to others while projecting their consciousness. When people astral project, they travel through dimensions with the body-mind connection called the Kundalini. They leave behind their physical body, but their mind remains connected to their physical body. They are similar to a soul that has left the human body to travel. They often leave behind the vessel and find that they can connect their physical body to the vehicle of consciousness they have left behind. Moving into the astral plane. So I think this is an exercise. Clear your mind of all thoughts and emotions and any urges, desires, needs, or calculations. Maintain a peaceful, serene silence in your mind. Attend to the silence with compassion until you sense yourself as the mind and the body. Once you have a mind-to-body link or a connection, you can begin anchoring into the ethereal plane. Maintain your anchor by maintaining a state of stillness and peaceful silence and stillness. Your conscious attention will anchor you to the ethereal plane until you slow your breathing and you can fully anchor to the ethereal plane. Then travel to the ethereal plane and practice traveling around the holographic universe clockwise and then counterclockwise. I find it kind of funny that the author explains not to do this if you've never done it before without somebody that can help you, and then she proceeds to walk you into it. Not that you can't find how to do it online, but I just think it's funny because it really is something to go into with some experience and something that can be quite frightening. So I don't know how I feel about doing it myself, but if you're feeling adventurous and you're in the right place for it, I'm sharing the information. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm always recommending it or that I subscribe to it or believe in it. I'm reading the book for the first time with you, as I think I've told you before. All right. Allow Kundalini to flow through your chakras, activating the central channel as it rises and falls. Visualize yourself flying an expanding white light as it fills your entire body before ascending into consciousness. Now that you are connected with your higher self, you can travel to the ethereal plane for 1 to 2 hours. Practice traveling around that amount of time and return to your physical body. Repeat this for 3 to 4 consecutive days, then travel to the astral plane and try to traverse the sky from within your body. When traveling within the astral plane, stabilize your energy and connect with your higher self and your angelic guides and protectors. Practice traveling the astral plane until you are completely safe and then journey to the crystalline city. Before embarking on the cosmic journey, you should partially ground yourself by understanding that your mind has more power than your body. To do this, imagine a different body and start moving each finger and toe separately. Connect your subtle energy layer to the astral project as you slowly gain mobility. As your astral body separates from your physical body, you should feel a buzzing at the edge of your being. You will feel different sensations as you ascend from the physical realm to the non-physical realm. Your soul floats above your body, exploring your room and your house before venturing outside. You will often experience the strong feeling that something or someone is there when no one seems to be there. Your consciousness is in a higher realm known as a semi-trance state. You may experience visions and sounds as you do this type of exploration. Astral travel occurs as the mind detaches from the physical senses and becomes completely immersed in the dreamscape. Your dreams become surreal as your senses slowly detach from your physical body. You get disoriented and unsure of your surroundings and the objects around you as you lose your sense of touch. Taste, sight, hearing, and smell. Your mind starts to understand that you are dreaming and conscious of the separation. You will float through light clouds, feel the colors around you, and see what is beyond the physical realm. You can look into mirrors and experience other selves and faces. The root cord is the physical and energetic link between your astral and physical bodies. Remember to keep this cord in mind as you explore your room or home. Never wander too far from your root cord as you need to return to it. You will sometimes hear a voice knocking at the door or someone calling your name when you wake up. If you experience this, follow the sound of that person's voice back to your room and your root cord so that you are safely guided back to your physical self when you wake up. When you open your consciousness to other worlds and dimensions, practice healing your fear of the unknown and being afraid. Experience your limits and your inner strength. Understand that you are more than your physical body and experience sensations and feelings that transcend your physical body to draw on your inner strength. Allow yourself to explore the astral plane you've discovered, but stay on the earth plane first to avoid becoming overwhelmed. As you explore the astral realm, you'll see the attar of a blue lotus floating in the sky and see millions of spirits moving through it. Feel the wind on your skin and hear crystals tinkling as you ascend to the astral realm. Then you will see a starry sky filled with countless stars and start to travel through it. You can travel and explore different dimensions by shifting your focus to different illusions of light. That's our longest section right there. I think there's a lot to be said for astral projection, and I would definitely look into it a lot more than just going off of this book before deciding to venture on something like that. At least that's me. Other psychic gifts and clairvoyance. If you want to experience a good level of psychic awakening your Kundalini will allow you to access more psychic abilities. One benefit of this journey is knowing that you have a purpose and that you're more than your physical being. You can explore the unknown from a higher perspective. You'll learn to let go of fear and relax your energetic centers as you open your consciousness to a greater level of understanding. So the first one is aura reading. Aura reading is a psychic gift that everyone has their interpretation of, so don't be concerned if yours differs from others. The core meaning of aura reading is understanding, observing, and interpreting a person's aura. Your aura is the energy surrounding you. As a human, you're made up of energy particles called electrons and protons. These energies interact in different energetic patterns, and you'll learn better to understand these patterns if you can read them. The makeup of your aura reflects your spiritual nature, which is why it can offer deep insight into a person's character, abilities, and intentions. When you've practiced reading auras, you'll find that some people are easy to read, but others are not. When a person's mind is strong and at peace, their perspective will be much clearer. Aura reading involves understanding the energetic color patterns and how they change when a person makes an emotional adjustment or changes their state of being. For example, pink is a calming color, and the color of pink in the aura will change if a person is feeling anything other than peace. Be patient when you're learning to read auras. You will find it easier to connect and understand each color pattern as you learn to interpret different energetic patterns in other people's auras. Even if the person you're reading has a dark or murky aura, you can use it as a baseline to connect and understand others. I did do a very in-depth book on the human aura, and it goes so much deeper than simply these few paragraphs. And the biggest thing that I took away from it is that there is a lot you need to do, first of all, to cleanse your aura, and that you should absolutely have your own chakras should always be aligned and cleared. You really need to have a healthy ego that is not no, you shouldn't be very attached to your ego. You need to have been able to let go of that in order to read other people's auras. And auras are not just one color. They constantly change. And most of the human collective has what's called a muddied aura. So you're not going to see just one color. And so reading somebody's aura, if they're in a mental state or an emotional state that they are not normally in, and you're reading it from a place even with an ounce of judgment, you can give them a reading that can actually be quite detrimental to their emotional or mental health. So there's actually very few people that can very accurately read an aura. So I would be careful about that in having someone do it for you or doing it on others. I would probably practice it on your own self, which you can certainly do, and learn how to see your own. And if you do read other people's auras, I would try not to share that with them because you're not a professional. And like I said, I'm not a professional either. I've seen colors around people too, but I don't normally say anything. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I just go with what I see, but very few people. Your ego has to be really, really in check, and you have to yourself have a pretty clear aura and very clear and aligned chakras. So you have to be sort of in a higher spiritual state to do it. Take that however you will. If you still feel inclined to do it, totally fine. But this is just information that I read, and to me, it makes sense. But it is something that is possible. Anybody that wants to implement any of these things, it is possible if you want to put the effort into it. This isn't, none of these things, most of these things are not just going to automatically switch on like a light bulb. Many of these things, you have to work at it. And the more you work at it, the more it comes to you. It's like a remembrance. All right. Soul channeling. Channeling is an ability to allow a person to allow another spirit to speak through them temporarily. A vessel is someone another spirit has chosen to give messages through. Spiritual channels can channel angels, archangels, guides, ancestors, ascended masters, or past life experiences. A person channeling may temporarily allow a spirit to take over their body and voice if quaking in fear. However, a person with a stronger mind can transcend fear and allow the spirit to speak through them. A spirit's message may seem as though it's coming from inside a person's mind, but your spirit guides will hear the vibration of the message. As you focus on the spirit's message, your spirit guides will translate for you. The spirit that becomes a part of your awareness will communicate through you. It will offer its message and then leave. You don't always need to hear a message to be affected by it physically. Sometimes a spirit will connect with your higher mind so that you're carried along on a wave of light energy as you receive a message meant to reach your soul. Many people aren't even aware that they are channeling their messages. Clairgustance. This is a new one to me. Clairgustance is a psychic ability that allows people to taste something before putting it on their tongue. It's similar to tasting someone's energy before touching them. However, it's spiritual wisdom and knowledge instead of physical taste. A clairgustance person may also have a vivid dream before tasting. Awakening your Kundalini energy can bestow you the power of clairgustance, and you'll notice that you can taste a person's spirit before they talk to you or spend time around you. You may not always receive clear messages or perceive them clearly as you receive them. When your mind is open, your spirit guides will give you the necessary information. You can meditate to receive messages. Your spirit guides will communicate with you differently, and you'll sometimes feel their presence. People can also communicate with you as an alien would communicate with them. We'll do a few more. Clairalience. Clairalience is the ability to smell things not normally smelled by humans. This ability is not very common and can sometimes be difficult to hone. A person with clairalience may catch a faint scent when others don't smell anything and may feel unsure about what it's trying to tell them. They may find themselves smelling things they can't pinpoint or fully understand. Some people may be sensitive to other people's energy and cologne or perfume, which can cause them to be oversensitive to odors and perception. Clairalience is connected to another psychic gift called omnisentism. Omnisentism is the ability to see and smell the world in infinite detail and is a gift that some people don't believe exists. If you feel that you have this gift, don't ignore it. You can develop your ability further and enjoy using your gift daily if you choose to develop it. Clairaudience. Clairalimination is the ability to see spirits using a white ray of light. The light passes through your eyes and you can feel it enter your body. Clairalimination is used for mediumship to help people see what's happening in the spirit world. Clairalimination is also used by spirit guides to help them see what's going on in the physical world. Some more awakened and aware people can speak with their spirit guides in meditation or out-of-body experiences. You have a spirit guide who watches and guides you on your soul journey. The soul journey is your soul's purpose in this physical world. Your spirit guide will support you on your path and help you learn through life lessons you experience along the way. A spirit guide doesn't speak directly with us all the time. They're busy working in the spirit world and helping us learn what needs to be learned. And we'll do one more. Clairaudience. Clairaudience is similar to clairsentience, but it's a psychic hearing ability. Some clairaudient people can hear words without translating them into meaning. They just hear voices in their mind somewhere that they can't pinpoint. These voices may be angels, guides, or family members who've passed. The voices may warn of upcoming events or describe things you can't put into words. You can achieve hearing beings in another realm by awakening your Kundalini. Clairaudient people can tap into their higher mind and sense the universe's vibrations. Your subconscious mind is connected with your higher consciousness. You can ask your higher mind to help you tap into the ability by exposing you to voices and sound waves. Make an effort to listen to voices outside your mind when you're outside. You'll notice that it's not always the voice that matters, it is the intention behind it. If a voice speaks to you with a harmful message, the negative vibration will destroy your frequency, and your illusion will be shattered. Negative voices aren't always bad. If you hear voices trying to tell you that a good friend may be in trouble, for example, it's a good idea to see if they need help. Okay. Let me just take a look and see what we've got left here. I think we can manage one more. We'll do one more. Clairsentience. Clairsentience is a psychic ability that lets people feel events before they happen. It's similar to getting a gut feeling that something is going to happen or that somebody is thinking about you before they do. Clairsentience can be very subtle, uncomfortable feelings of uneasiness that are hard to understand unless you have the same feelings. This ability warns of incoming dangers or present choices you may not want to make. Clairsentience is the ability to feel another person's pain or concerns, and many people with this gift discover their gift in their teens. Clairsentience is linked with empathy, sympathy, compassion, social skills, relationships, and intuition. People with strong clairsentience listen to their bodies and what they tell them. People who learn to hone their clairsentient gifts become very in tune with others. All right, let's just do one more because I think this is about half right here. Clairvoyance. We'll finish up with the C's. You can achieve clairvoyance once your Kundalini is awakened. Thousands of people would seek out psychics who claim to have this ability daily, but true clairvoyants are rare. If you're open-minded, have moderate anxiety without being too anxious, and can turn off your emotions, you may develop clairvoyant abilities. Your mind needs to be completely still and quiet. If you meditate and tolerate quiet time alone in your subconscious mind for 15 to 20 minutes daily, you'll increase your chances of becoming clairvoyant. The heightened energy allows you to observe life in the spirit world and become more in touch with your higher conscience. Clairvoyant souls awakened by Kundalini energy can perceive an event or look for signs of an event in the physical world that occurs in the spirit world. The clairvoyant is a human with two personalities and can simultaneously see all things earthly and otherwise, or heavenly spiritually. Clairvoyant people receive messages about loved ones already in the spirit world. They receive messages about scientists who solve problems or create new projects, and messages from a universe composed of energy. Okay, so we'll stop right there. And in the last half of our book, we'll finish up with these abilities. And then we're going to read final thoughts. And then the author has shared 59 affirmations for awakening your Kundalini. So I think what I'll do is I'll just say that the last video will be longer. And maybe I will give you the 59 affirmations separately. I'll do that as a separate video so that if you just want to listen to those, you can certainly do that. And that's all the video is. So we'll go ahead and stop right there. And we'll finish up with the rest of our categories here for gifts and abilities in our next video. Thank you so very much for joining me. I love you guys all very much. And until next time, please take care of yourself. Please take care of those around you. And I will see you all again soon for the last half of Chapter 9. Take care until then. Bye-bye.